So to start this work, we're gonna just take all these screws out. I pulled this cracking away thing. If this was safe, I don't think this would have rotted as bad. But it keeps water out of this channel, and then if it gets in this channel, that soaks into the screws and then soaks into the wood. And this shit's just particle board. It's not in good shape. I already kind of hollowed out this part. There's a bunch on the ground, you can see. It is just rotted away entirely. And we're gonna replace it today. So now that we got this top off here, you can see in here, the wood has gotten really rotten right there. It's just breaking apart when I touch it. But over here, it's pretty solid. It's got some rotten parts here. Like, I'm gonna address this, but I don't think I need to address all of it today. And part of it looks like it was actually reconstructed. I don't know what they were using before. Last I knew, this was particle board over here, but it doesn't look like particle board over here. So I don't know. This stuff's wet. That's not great. It's a little moldy right here, but it's holding together. In fact, the only clip that it's got that actually will clip the camper shut is still firmly mounted right here, so it's doing a decent job. So what I think we're gonna end up doing today is only replacing the section of wood that's rotted, because we got to get this on the road Monday. We can take it out starting about right here, and that will give plenty of support. And obviously this roof isn't doing great either, so I'm probably going to find a way to get some of this out and put in a little bit, like shim it, so that there's some support here. It's not going to be awesome. You know, I'm not doing a full restoration today. I'm just trying to make this thing so that it's safe to put up without ripping this further. Because obviously this is no good. Where we're at with the wood issue, we're gonna just use compressed air. Most of it will go away. Doing wonders for my asthma. So what I'm seeing is that we are good on what's remaining of the wood. I mean, for the half-assed job we're gonna do today, no, it's never gonna be good. I mean, I'm just blasting. I'm taking wood out with an air compressor. You know it's not great. But if you come back here, you can see that I'm starting to get into solid wood really quick. So what I'm probably gonna do today is just cut a shim to complete this, drill a hole in it for this guy, go to Home Depot and get the same bolt. What I'll do is I'll just we'll use the Dremel here in a minute to cut the bolt off, because obviously this isn't going to come off willingly, and it's more fun. I just love using a diamond bit and cutting bolts. I could probably get that off because it's nice and shiny over here, but hey, where's that pointing? I'm talking. Thanks. I could get it up here, and this is shiny enough. I probably could break it with enough WD-40 and all that, but I have a diamond bit, and it's just dying to be used right now. So we'll use that. Ooh. As you can see, there is just rotten wood and old screws all over the place. I'm gonna size these up too and just get a whole box, because we'll replace these with good screws. And I'll get some caulks to replace this shit here on the rail. The rail's in pretty good shape. Just and honestly, the metal's not in bad shape either. It's not rusted. Just needs some love. And you know, I'm not restoring this thing factory fresh. I would love to, But with this mechanism, the way it hooks up, it's going to be really difficult to do if the roof isn't in good shape and I don't have an external lift system, because you got to pull these off to replace the side wood. But in order to do it, you've got to get underneath. So this thing actually has to be lifted up for you to put this side of the bolt through. Then put it through here, tighten it on, and then you can lift the roof. So unlike a lot of the newer ones that have a internal lift system with ropes that I can just pull up and then just take this side off and replace it, or you know, whatever it is you do. This one, the support is external, like an exoskeleton bug sort of thing. So as soon as you start messing with this stuff at all, you lose your support. So until I clean out my garage, do not show the world my garage. In there, I'll be able to put some ropes on the ceiling and suspend this and then do it correctly. But out here, no. Hey, there's my friend Spider. Look at you. Haha. Hey, Spider. How's it going? You want to come down? No? No? And I gotta say, just look at these things. They are rotted away. There is not much going to be left of these when I take them to size them at Home Depot. Thankfully, I mostly need the length and the width, so that'll do. I don't really care about the thread pitch because it's a wood screw, but jeez. This has needed work for a while, needless to say. And I did get a nice old piece of plywood I've got. You know, times are expensive for wood. I'm not going to waste it. It's been sitting in my wood pile for a while. It's imperfect, but compared to that, way better. I found my Dremel tool. We searched all over the place and all the safe places where I would put a tool that I didn't want to lose. And obviously we didn't find it there because that's never where it is. Turns out it was just over here, less than 3 feet away from me. So I've got my diamond bit and it's time to F around. Getting that beautiful sparky action there. Getting so hot on the other side, I barely want to touch it. Yeah, there we go.
I don't even know where it bounces to. Fully disintegrated. Not a clean cut though.
Well, that is it's pretty clean for what I did.
Yeah.
It's a good commentary, but I don't know where it went. Good, fortunately, it doesn't matter. It's the bolt. And all I need is this plus a little longer. And I needed the thread pitch and the bolts and the nut and the washer there. So it's hot.
Of course it is. You're using it like a power tool.
Yeah, I know. I'm not surprised by it. I'm just injured by it. There we go. Now, that'll fit right along here. And what do you think about that?
Amazing.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. That'll do exactly what we need to do. So now it's just going to come down to hollowing out this wood, which we'll do tomorrow. But I've got my chunk of wood. I've got my hardware in the car from Home Depot. And, you know, got a little bit of scrap wood left for other projects or to shim up this one. Sure, I screwed up somewhere. Got all new screws, a new bolt, carriage bolt, some nuts. It'll be a great improvement when we're done. We're drilling pilot holes and then putting the screws in to attach the roof to this new structure and attach the new structure to the old structure. You can kind of see as everything tightens up that this is going to be way more stable than it was before. Yeah. Right, so I drilled a hole and I put my my bolt here. It's a carriage bolt, and on the outside there's just a washer like that. And we've taken a normal nut, cranked it down tight against the wood like this. And then we put it through the bar. And that's when I found this thing was being all flexible and just being a pain in the ass. It wasn't staying underneath. These are shims I added just to kind of give more strength to the wood right here. Just kind of broke off some of these pieces. They'll provide some support, not a lot. Not a lot. And this isn't even the right grain. It could snap at the lamination here. But the idea is to give me something. It's better than nothing. So when I did this, it didn't line up, and I realized I had to push this in like crazy. And when I finally got it and it popped through, there was like an entire bit of structure that was created by this lever mechanism. And now when I lift it, this thing doesn't even move. Look at it. There's no flex at all, and I am so excited because that means this is gonna work. We put in reinforcing bolt nuts here, or screws here. I put one through coming up so that the whole rail was in the wood. The wood is attached to the old wood, and the roof is attached to it. We've got a little bit of these shims. These ones aren't really doing much of anything, but they may save me, I don't know. And then Mike's going to the store to get me a replacement bit, so when we put these 50 screws in, we're not doing it by hand with a single screwdriver. We'll be able to use my Ryobi. Whoop, whoop. So all in all, this is going to be a successful repair. I can already give it up. I can already, as you see, whoo, look at that shit. Just works, and I'm so excited. We had to shave down the wood a little bit here because this is not actually 3/4 of an inch. It's probably closer to a 1/2 inch. So I shaved the edge so we get a little thicker up here. And yeah, this isn't going to fit quite right, but it'll be under my railing. It'll be under caulk. It'll be fine. It does come together pretty decently. There'll be a small gap, but again, completely covered up by that thing and just a ton of caulk. So then we're going to caulk up this so it doesn't leak. Then we're going to pop it up. I have really high hopes here. I realized if I just pop this down, I can reach up behind here and put that nut through. Oh, was that an epiphany? So, have more of an update when we get the screws. And this is awesome. So, as you can see, we did a thing. We've reattached this, we caulked it, we put in screws, most of which even locked out the drill. This isn't going anywhere. And even better yet, with the structural integrity it happened when we did this, it just comes up. This is fully supported. It's not like moving around at all. It's incredibly stable. I think this is like a semi-permanent fix. You know, I wouldn't expect this to last 20 years, but I would expect it to last maybe 5 or 10. You know, I'm really excited to pull this up in the next video where Billy actually looks at what he's doing. We'll give it a shot. We'll put it up. Anyway, we're about to get the moment of truth here, and I think the truth's going to be really good. And the last part, the cleanup. Air compressor is really the best thing ever. And yes, it's a pie pan over the vent. You know, the nice part about pie pans is they don't fall off when you're driving, and no one can crank them the wrong way because it's a pie pan.